This episode begins when a 10-year-old young boy goes to live with his grandmother due to the lack of supervision within his own home. He was a little guy with no father figure to show him the ropes of life until he met his first significant friend, Lil Herc. Lil Herc and young boy had lots in common, mainly being broke, so together they began executing one of the riskiest hustles ever, running in houses. Lil Herc and young boy was two of the youngest at the camp, but Lil Herc's big dog and older brother, G Money, was an exceptional hustler, a skillful rapper, and a major influence to everyone around him.
I ain't never had no problem with him and my big brother, even though I introduced him to my big brother. You know, we went to the same school and all that together. They was my little partner. But they wanted to be rappers and shit. I went with all that.
Through Lil Herc, young boy met G Money, and it was at that moment that the birth of the new era Baton Rouge feud was born. And it seems that everything that happened in their lives from that point became significant for who they would later become. Young boy's B&E game turned sour after being arrested and sentenced to a juvenile bid, where he spent his time in one of the worst juvenile jails in the US, Tallulah, Louisiana. And to make matters worse, the departure of his grandmother left him without a support system, which means he had nobody's direct love and ultimately no place to stay. After befriending the real G Money, young boy became a constant fixture within his life, and even moved in with G Money and his family after young boy's staggering living situation was revealed to them. Although he had the assistance of a couple of neighborhood people, including his longtime friend 33, G Money took him in as a little brother and even assisted him with his rap skills. The reason you see young boy wearing the TBG hoodie, taking pictures with TBG members, and is cameoed in the iPhone 6 video is because young boy had signed to TBG Records, and although he was now in the circle, he wasn't making any money, so he left. Sources say TBG tried to re-sign young boy without a cash advance offer, in which he turned down for the purpose of controlling his own destiny. So he left the label, teamed up with his partner 33, and together they gave birth to Never Broke Again. At this point, everything was kosher between TBG and NBA, but fast forward 1 year ahead, and what started out as a friendship between them had turned sour.
Young boy, not TBG, NBA, it's so living. He gon' get it. Talk about me like I ain't with it.
With his newfound success and an odd turn of events, young boy indirectly reached back and shined the light on TBG by starting a verbal war that would later claim lives, and Boozilla, G Money, NBA Dunk, Boulevard Quick, and several others all fell victim to it. A timeline of departures that started with young boy in the center of it all. Keandre Ricks, better known to the world as Boozilla, was a Baton Rouge native, hustler, rapper, and cousin to NBA YoungBoy. There's two different stories going around about what really happened between Boozilla, YoungBoy, and G Money, and both stories place YB in the middle. One story says he stole a pack from Boozilla, and the other says he told on him. Either way, YoungBoy was at fault and was now an enemy of his own family. At that time, he wasn't the same NBA YoungBoy we know of today, so the love and protection that surrounds him now wasn't there for him then. He had put himself between a rock and a full drum, so he played his TBG card and gained the protection from G Money against Boozilla.
Had me looking for your cousin, he wanted to kill you. I put a third up under my pills.
Thanks to G Money, young boy had once again escaped the life-threatening situation, but due to the way he moved, he kept on putting himself back into them. Beef ain't never squashed, but in this case it did die down to the point of young boy and Boozilla becoming friends again. The brand became NBA and the ops TBG. When the smoke first got started, Boozilla was the first to go, an event that sources say was orchestrated by the real G Money and performed by a close associate who goes by the name of Dussa. According to the streets, both G Money and Dussa had a mutual dislike for Boozilla, so they decided to lay him down. Late night Wednesday on November 2nd, 2016, Boozilla would see his last sunrise, and all fingers pointed at G Money and Dussa. Dussa was arrested and have been in jail since, while G Money went on to claim his position as Baton Rouge's new era king. Before the rise of Never Broke Again, the real G Money along with TBG was the city's next big thing. And even though he didn't come out first, G's rap career was about to match that of YoungBoy's, but his alleged bad seeds planted against Boozilla was about to sprout, and G would have to lay in the bed he made for himself. In September of 2017, G's time was up and his life was taken in the same fashion as Boozilla's. G's departure was a major turning point for TBG, and also gave an introduction to the BBGs within the BR feud. Desmond Hartnett, better known to the hip-hop community as Dump, was a Never Broke Again affiliate with strong ties to the BBGs and was a Baton Rouge hustler who had a major influence within the friction between TBG and NBA. Sources say although Dump didn't get his hands dirty, he was the deciding factor in what happened to G Money. And since the ball was in TBG's court, they decided to make him famous. On Friday afternoon, May 14, 2018, while sitting in his car with a lady friend, shots rang out from a passing car with Dump as the target. When the smoke cleared, they were both shot and rushed to the hospital where the woman victim survived. But Dump wasn't so fortunate. Today in the streets of BR, throwing a brick and hiding your hand doesn't work anymore, and every man is accountable for his own actions. The streets say Boulevard Quick was responsible for what happened to Dump. Boulevard Quick was a street guy and a product of BR's jail system turned rapper, and it showed in his lyrics as well as his character. His biggest issue was separating the industry from the streets, and where some rappers care about such things, he didn't. He expressed himself to the fullest on every topic, which rapidly grew his fan base, but also drew close attention from the opposition. On November 29, 2016, The Advocate read, Baton Rouge rapper Ashton Wells, stage name Boulevard Quick, was found dead Monday 26, 2018. It went on to say, in Boulevard Quick's homicide, police are investigating Baton Rouge rap beef as a possible motive. Before the whole truth came out, we all prejudged the situation and prematurely took sides. And no matter how much of it we've watched online about it, truth is we're all still on the outside looking in. Where some felt like YoungBoy owed G Money for all the things he did for him as a youngin', others took YoungBoy's side and ran with it. Only G Money, YoungBoy, and those who were directly involved knows what really happened.